If you're thinking about buying a home in the Sacramento area right now, there's one thing you really need to understand. Buyers have more choices, homes are taking a little longer to sell, and yet the right home can still bring competition. So what does the market actually look like right now, and what does it mean for you? Stay with me because I'm going to be breaking down the latest numbers and, more importantly, sharing what I think buyers and sellers should be doing with this information. We're seeing a market that's becoming a little bit more balanced, but that doesn't mean that every buyer or every home is experiencing the same thing. And there's still one big mistake that sellers are making that are costing them big in the end. Looking at Sacramento, Placer, El Dorado, and Yolo counties, we have about 4,500 homes currently on the market. And last month, we saw about 1,800 homes that actually sold. That's about a 9% decrease in sales from the month before. So at first glance, you might think, okay, the Sacramento market is slowing down. And in some ways it is. We have slightly more homes available, slightly fewer homes selling, but there's one piece of important context here, and that's that the amount of homes that are selling is still pretty similar to what we saw at the same time last year. So I wouldn't look at it and say the Sacramento market is suddenly falling apart. Instead, I'd say we're seeing a market that's continually becoming more balanced and selective. Why are homes taking longer to sell? Well, one of the clearest signs are our days on market. Right now, we're at about 40 days on market, and that number has been continually climbing over the past couple of months. And it makes sense when you look at the big picture. We have more options and fewer sales happening. There are more choices for buyers and fewer buyers purchasing compared to last month. And we've been seeing interest rates climb up over the past month. So some buyers are just taking their foot off the gas and saying, we're just gonna wait. And others are becoming more cautious about what they're willing to pay. Sellers are just having to adjust to the fact that buyers aren't feeling the immediate pressure to move forward on making an offer. But what are homes actually selling for? Well, there's another number that is really important. The homes that are selling for an average of 98% of their original list price. And the average sales price is around $698,000. So that tells us that buyers are still buying, homes are still selling, and sellers are getting very close to their original list price when positioned and priced right from the start. And the last part's really important because rather than just focusing on the headlines, this is where strategy really comes into play. For sellers, this is not the time to start high and see what happens. If you're a seller, this is very similar to what I talked about last month, and it's that buyers have choices and they're using them. If a buyer sees 5 homes that fits their needs, they're comparing them all. They're comparing location, price, condition, and they're looking at how long it's been on the market. And if you overprice your listing from the beginning, you're potentially missing out on the most important window of when the buyers are giving it the most attention. You don't want to end up being the listing that's been sitting on the market for weeks and then has to chase down the market by multiple price reductions. Instead, you want to be strategic and price it right from the beginning. It needs to be where the market is, or even better, where the market is heading. And this is how having someone who knows the market and knows how to position your home well can really make a difference. Now, if you're a buyer, I think there are some really great opportunities in this market. You have more choices, more time to think, and you're not necessarily walking into a situation where you're competing with 5 other buyers on every single house. That can mean that there are good opportunities to negotiate. There are homes that have been sitting on the market longer that have sellers that may be willing to have a conversation and opportunities to find a really good deal. But there's one thing I don't want buyers to assume. Just because we're in a more balanced market doesn't mean the competition is gone. If you're looking for the perfect home in the ideal neighborhood with the perfect layout, the best backyard, in the best school districts, there's likely to be other buyers that have been waiting for that same exact home. And when it finally does hit the market, you could find yourself in a multiple offer situation. So if I had to sum up the Sacramento market in one sentence, it would be that buyers have more options, Sellers have to be more strategic, but the right home can still bring competition. And if you're trying to figure out what all of this means for your specific situation, don't just look at the Sacramento market as a whole. Your neighborhood, your price point, the condition of your home, or what you're looking for can all completely change the picture. Give me a call and I'll tell you what to look out for in your area. If you're thinking about selling in the next few months, you're thinking about buying but aren't really sure if it's a good time, or you're planning a move to Sacramento and don't know where to start, reach out. I'm happy to be a resource. And if you're ready to make a move, reach out to me now. Whether you're buying, selling, moving to Sacramento, or moving somewhere else, I'd love to help you understand your options and make a confident decision. And if you're not ready yet, that's okay too. Use me as a resource. I would much rather help you understand the market before you're ready than have you wait until you're feeling pressured to make decisions. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe because I'll continue to break down the Sacramento real estate market and what the numbers actually mean for you.